So lastly, I'd like to share with you that I think one of the most difficult things to go through as a parent is losing a child in a department store. And I remember this one time when I was with my son and we were in this store, we were looking at things, and I kind of got caught up with what I was looking at, and time got away from me. And when I went to say, "Hey buddy, you ready to go?" I looked and he was gone. And I had that pit in my stomach, just that, oh no, and that feeling like when I was a kid and the neighborhood kids told me I had to take a bite out of that pulsating fly larva sac if I wanted to fly like they could. And hey, all you gotta do is take one bite. Do I have to? You want to fly like the rest of us, don't you, Brown? I guess so. That feeling, that's how I felt. But then common sense stepped in and said, "Why don't you just check the neighboring aisles? He's probably over there." And I went, "Oh, thank you, Mr. Sense." So I looked on each aisle, and I'm here to tell you guys, for the first time in my life, common sense was dead wrong because my son wasn't there. And then I started to panic and I started to freak out. But I don't know how to do that because I've never had to freak out over anything in life. I mean, I've seen it on TV and I've seen it in a few movies, but they're actors. This was real life. So I just started muttering these three words over and over. Missing young son, missing young son. And my chest started getting tight and I was hyperventilating. Missing young son, missing young son. And finally this little Asian man comes over and he's like, "I'm young son. Missing my young son, can you help me find him?" And he's like, "Well, what does he look like?" And I said, "Well, he looks like he's probably going to grow up and have kids and get married, and, well, not in that order, but, oh, his facial features. He's got red hair and freckles." And so all the employees fanned out and started searching all over for my son. And it wasn't about 2 minutes later that the manager brought him to me. And I remember I grabbed him, and I just held him in this embrace, and some tears streamed down my cheeks, and I gave him a tender kiss on the cheek. And then I finally cupped his face in my hands and I said, "Mr. Manager, you have no idea how grateful I am that you have found my son." Shh, there. "Thank you very much, now go in peace." And then I looked at my son, who also had tears welling up in his eyes, and I remember what he said to me exactly. He had so much courage, he was so brave, and he said, "Dad, I was just in the back getting something for a customer. My manager's asked me to have you leave or they're going to fire me." And I thought, "Thank you very much, now go in peace." And then I looked at my son, who also had tears welling up in his eyes, and I remember what he said to me exactly. He had so much courage, he was so brave, and he said, "Dad, I was just in the back getting something for a customer. My manager's asked me to have you leave or they're going to fire me." And I thought, did I learn my lesson? And there's a lesson in there. Now, it's not clear, but I'm going to teach it to you guys. Don't ever interview against your dad. "No, Jordan, you got the job fair and square. Whatever you said or you tickled their ears, it's your job. I didn't want it. You just wear your little name tag and help your little customers, and I'll just sit at home with SouthernOregonHelpWanted.com.